having you in the team for the few days we have been together. It has been so nice. Tonight we are going to have a presentations. Each group they are going to present the work they have done. Your presentation and the Google document will be submitted to people who do upgrade. People who don't submit and people who don't do presentation, their account won't be upgraded. So this is your time. Do the presentations. Many people are following you online. So which group is ready so that I begin with them?
We are ready. I'm just waiting for my...
Gentlemen, your background is so noisy. You cannot do now. Can I begin with group 2, please?
Okay, sir.
Okay, you have 15 minutes. It's 9 o'clock past 7 o'clock.
Okay.
The floor is yours. Begin.
Okay. Good evening, ladies and gentlemen. My name is Ibe Merendu BC from Group 5 Circle 2. We are here to present the business game. And in my group, we are 9 in numbers. I'm the group leader, followed by Eni and Tony, who is my second. First of all, we are to present a business game about Nigeria. Our case study is Nigeria. First of all, we have to know where Nigeria is. We know that Nigeria is a federal republic that is commonly referred to as Nigeria, and it's in West Africa, bordered in the north, in the west, in Benin City, Benin, Chad, and Cameroon is in the east. Why did? Hello?
Okay, sorry. I've been trying to connect.
Please move your phone, please.
Mute yourself.
So, Nigeria is often referred to as giant of Africa, owing to its large population and economy. 184 million inhabitants. Nigeria, as at 2015, is the world number 28th in the world largest economy, with more than $500 billion and 101 trillion in terms of growth GDP. If you go down, we are asked to introduce MMM into Nigeria. Now, when we came into Nigeria, we checked for a place that is, that has a higher population. We decided to choose Lagos because of its, terrain. It has the largest number. It has a large number of people, students, workers, and what have you. So when we set into Nigeria, there are things we needed for our stay here. First of all, we needed a tour guide and interpreter that will help us, in the local dialects, because when we come here, there are some people that doesn't understand English, reach them. We also introduce ourselves to the government authority and tell them about our mission into the city. We also need accommodation for the period of stay we are going to stay. We choose a hotel. There's a hotel and apartment. We choose a hotel. Also, we need a vehicle, a rental service vehicle for our running around into the city. We have to divide our teams into 5 members. We are 20 in number, so we are like 5 members in each team. Now, when we came to Nigeria, the first thing we did was to study the strengths, the SWOT analysis of Nigeria, the strengths, the weaknesses, the opportunities, and the threats here. We have high population, and we have a healthy environment for employment. We have a stable government because of the democratic system, and the technology here also is okay for internet connectivity and other things. In Nigeria here, we found out that we have some weaknesses. Our low level of education, the health quality, and inadequate structural infrastructures. Again, the opportunities here, the population creates an opportunity of targeting several persons. And the threats we found out here is the government regulates internet activities, and governments are not, they don't like anything that will bring a threat to the financial institution into the country. Now, on the day one, the task one here, we say you've received an information needed, to become managers and leaders in MMM global community. Now you have an important task: enter into a new country, which is Nigeria. As I said before, we have the internet, a team, knowledge received in our MMM school. $50,000, to develop this MMM in Nigeria. So we have an hour to do that. Now, this is our approach we took. We have our objectives, which are as follows: to create an awareness of the presence of MMM global in Nigeria.
Gentlemen, let me interrupt. Remember, you have 15 minutes in the presentation,
okay.
So calculate your time so well, so that within the 15 minutes you will be able to tackle every task. Thank you.
Okay.
You may continue,
okay, sir. Okay, we have our resources, as we know. So the strategy, we have to have a massive campaign using the following means: using flyers and posters, radio and television adverts, and other things that are there. And we prepared a budget for the task here. We have your accommodation for 20 people, which is 94,500 naira in US dollar, which is $30. So if you calculate it for 20 people, you have $6 there. So when you go down, you see the breakdown for logistic, seminar for 3 days, graphic designs, and printing of banners that is going to be shared to people, and MMM customized T-shirts and caps. So the money are tabulated there. If you come down, you see for social media and other radio adverts and jingles, interpreter, we have the money for the interpreter, which is $15. I mean, the equivalents are in naira there. So on the total, we have $23,316, which is around 7.4445 million naira. We use the average of $1 to 215 naira. So terms and responsibility, as you can see, our group, we are divided into 3 groups on, what they will do. Group 1 has feasibility studies, budget preparation, and logistics. We have the names there. Group 2, branded materials such as T-shirts. We have the names, people that will take care of that. Group 3, social media awareness and all what you have there. We have the people that are there also to, take care of those people. Action plan for the first 7 days. Day 1, you have to do an intelligence gathering, at least enough market survey, feasibility study of the city. When you go down, you see what we put down there. Day 2, also, we have to organize in-house short seminar for the team, work together and share our information. You see, there have no time to explain all these things, but when you go, you see what we mapped out to do within each day for the first 7 days. Like the 3 to 5, we still have our seminars at the various cities. Introduce MMM ideology to people, the rules and the risk. We now tell them that MMM is not a business venture. A high ideology simply means a peer-to-peer, donation platform. People that's not going to be, checking their account for them. Teach them how to register and link their banks to their PO. How to provide help and get help by themselves. Because we know that MMM is one-on-one thing. You use your hand to check your PO and every other thing. Now, when you come down, we are intended to register an average of 50 participants per venue. And out of here, in the 3 days that we are supposed to register 50 people, the total number of people we are going to register is 900, because we are grouped. Our group was shared, our group was shared into 4, people that they will go into and register at least 50 people. in that period, 400 people of the new members deposited their money, which at the rate of $100. So if 400 people should register, it means that we are going to have $40,000 deposit as our first deposit. Who should send to other local? We train some leaders also within those people that we enlightened, so that they will take up the job also after we have left. Now when we go down, day 6 and day 7. Now the summary of the activities for the first 7 days. At the end of the 7th day, we have 400 participants that's registered, but out of those 400, only 150 we are able to make deposits, which is an average of $15,000. This puts the total number of registered participants who made deposit the total number of participants who registered to be 550. That's 500 before, 400 before plus 150, making it 550. The total deposit now will be 55,000 naira. Tax 2. They said a week has passed. You are a foreman. The average contribution of participants to the structure is around $300. And when you come down, you see the whole thing. So our objective here in tax 2 was the number of participants needed to offset old participants. For the duration of 3 weeks, number of registration per week is 300, and average contribution is $300. Now, when we calculate it here, in order for the 500 participants to be paid their 30% growth and 20% registration bonus, we have the following calculation. That's total contribution of 550 registration member at $30 per month. We have here 550 times that, which is 16,500. Registration bonus of those 15,000 people, of those 550 people, multiplied by 20, we have 11,000. So how are we going to offset this bill? And the referral bonuses of the new intakes. So when you sum up all the whole this thing, you now get a total of 55,000 plus. So we have an extra amount required to pay other participants, which is 55,200, excluding their initial deposits. Now, when you come to here, our action plan on that task, we have to split our groups into 4 groups of 5. That's we are 20, as we know when we started. We have a team of 20 participants. Now we have to go into other communities and target new registration. New participants to register into the group. And here, cost of the plan to achieve this is $500. Here we have to encourage other participants to re-PH. We know that sometimes some people, when they PH the first time, they would like to run away. But because of the awareness we created, we told them that there's no need of running away. When you PH, you not PH again, so that the system will be stable. You have to encourage them to provide help. And also you have to encourage, train some people to be guiders after we must have left. Because when we are in the country to plant MMM, so that it will be working and nothing will disturb it. So here we have to plant and train some managers and guiders to take after us after we must have left. So in tax 3, after a month has passed, what happens? They say the same plan for the other month, another month, on the basis of the results. That we did what we did in the previous task, in task 2 and 1. In task 4, they say after 2 months, you have number of participants and deposit that you have calculated. Now you can calculate what you need to organize within the month. A week after, there's a holiday in Nigeria. We know in Nigeria, we have a holiday, and what happens? People tend to pull out their money. they tend to GH instead of PHing. So what happens when people GH at a high rate? It affects the system. What do? We have to, bring in some incentives for them so that at the end of the day, instead of them to PH all their money out, they will, try to GH again. Like during the celebration, the registration drops. And what do we do to encourage people to do, PH again? Here we say we undergo massive social media campaign so that people will not see it as MMM is, trying to freeze their money or eat their money. But when you give them those incentives, they will be eager and happy to join again, to pledge again instead of withdrawing their money. And also we encourage our participants to, participate fully during the festival period, because that is one of the ideologies of MMM, to pledge, to PH and GH, that MMM is not a bank. Because if it's a bank, everybody trying to put their money at the same time, the system will crash. So we have to organize, a DJ so that they will play music and, entertain people and tell them why they should be in MMM. So like here now, contributions and participants needed after the festival in week 9. Okay, let me go back, sorry. Okay, total number of participants at the end of week 1, we have 550. With dynamic of the growth and assumption of growth rate of 50% is expected per week. So for the first week, you have 550. For the second week, 50% of it is 275. When you add it, you have 825. And as it goes down, it increases.
Good evening, gentlemen.
Yes, sir.
Hello. Your time is
Hello,
up.
sir.
So the 15 minutes is up. I will text the next person.
Wow.
Time must be considered. When we said 15 is 15. So we said you are in batch 2, right?
Yes.
You're in group 2.
We are
right?
batch
Chaco 2. Group 2.
Group 5, Circle 2.
Circle 3.
So
Circle 3, not Circle 2.
we are Circle 2.
Yeah, Circle 3.
This is Circle 3, not Circle 2.
The person that
You are
presented
Circle
is
2.
Circle 2.
Yes.
Circle 2 has presented, right?
Sir.
Okay, can I take Circle 3 now? You have 15
Okay.
minutes. Thank you.
15 minutes. Okay. My name is Ono Vincent, and I'm here to present a business game plan. I'm going to make it very brief as much as I can. So the text one says we should use all the available resources. Yes.
Your background is so noisy and your audio is not clear.
My
If
background.
do you have a colleague here so that the colleague can come in?
Okay, is it better now?
It's not.
Is it better? Okay. IJ,
The audio quality is so bad.
Hello?
I have to try and reconnect. Can you take on?
Okay.
As soon as I join back, I'll let him.
You take over, right?
Yes. Just do the introduction. I'll join now.
Remember, I'm
Okay.
timing you guys. You may proceed, madam.
Okay, sir. We were given a task to go into a new country to introduce MMM and we were given some resources, and we were told that within an hour we should develop a plan of action for a week, and that we must specify the number of registrations, deposits that we'll achieve over this period. And then
Okay.
we started
IJ,
with the solution.
Can everybody hear me now?
Yes, we can
How
hear
is my
you.
audio now?
Yeah, it's fine.
Hello,
It's
Mr. Alex.
fine.
Can you hear me clearly now?
Go
I
ahead,
want the
take
moderator to
over.
talk now.
So
I want
I
the
started.
moderator to talk now. I
He's
want the
not going
moderator
to talk. He has muted his call. He won't hear you.
All right, I will go ahead. Hello, the room. Can everyone hear me?
Please go ahead. You're
Somebody-
wasting time. Our time
Someone,
is
someone,
going. Start with the solution. I've already read out the questions.
Okay, given Nigeria as a place to plant MMM global, we take a look at the whole country as a very big place, which we know we cannot cover with this number of people in the team. So we go to Lagos State as the starting point. We know Lagos has at least 21 million and over 21 local government areas. So we
Can I have the other lady presenting, please? This gentleman network is so bad.
So we have about 21 million, and our target population are the civil servants, the university students, market traders, and the general public. And part of the plan of actions we have are to visit the university campus and secretariats to invite people and to create awareness, then meet the gatekeeper of a community for information or meeting with leaders of men and women groups and that of the youth to tell them about our intentions concerning the seminar. And then we also plan a budget expenditure, print banners, and get materials for the seminar. We also put into consideration light refreshment packages for our participants. And then we also build awareness around populous gatherings like marketplaces, betting shops, and also sharing flyers. The budget cost we had was a total of $3,820. The details are actually on the paper, which will be shared out later. We were given a budget. We were given $50,000 as part of the expenses to conduct this program, and so the remaining balance we will use for other states and to run subsequent awareness programs. We chose Ikeja, Lagos as the starting point. Reason being that Lagos is a very commercial city and a very busy place where business opportunities abound a lot. And where with the kind of interest, or let me say with the kind of objective we have to empower people, people will key into the idea. So we expected 300 participants per week, and at the end of the month we are expecting that, because we'll be told that under 4 weeks we should give a total of participants we expect 1,200 per month to contribute $100 each, making it $120,000 contribution expected. Moving on to tax 2, we were asked to find the average contribution that will be used in. Okay, let me read the question. He said a week has passed. The average contribution of a participant to the structure is around $100. Under the regulations of MMM Global, you must provide at least 30% growth in terms of participants paying, in terms of participants payment starting your first contribution. Your task is to calculate how many new members and contributions you have to ensure in the next 3 weeks in order to be able to make the required payments to the older participants. It is necessary to write down your plan of actions for the next 3 weeks under the above conditions stated. Point out what resources you need, how you're going to use them, the number of new participants and money raised during this period, what extra cost you will have, and how to attract them. So now since the average donation is $100, the number of participants we gathered were 1,200, and then amounts by the participants will yield $120,000. Now 30% of $120,000 will give us $40,000. Then we also put into consideration the first time registration bonus of $20 by the by the total number of registrants, which gave us a total of $24,000. Then if you add the $1,200 alongside the $40,000, we will arrive at $184,000. Then we now subtract this total amount from $120,000. We will have $64,000. So at this time, what we will need is $64,000 to pay those who have come in. So since we need $64,000 to settle 1,200 participants who will PH the total sum of $120,000. If we divide the $64,000 by $100, we'll have 640,000 new participants who must fulfill their PH in order for us to be able to offset the 30% growth and the money. Okay, because now we're putting into consideration first time registration bonus of $20 because of $100 they PH'd. We'll now pay them their 30% contribution in addition with their money. So at the end of the day, it is 640 new participants that we need. Then we decided that in order for us to get this 640 participants, we'll also plan action as in organize another seminar to ensure that ongoing registration of new members continue. We'll create more Facebook, Twitter, and WhatsApp groups for awareness. We intensify more efforts in digital marketing. And then we also have to encourage participants with proven testimonies of GetHelp to publicly testify of what they have got from the system. We also planned the budget for the seminar, which will cost us $2,000. Then tax 3, we will also ask that after a month has passed, that will 100 manager the same plan for another month on the basis of the results of previous calculations, taking into account the dynamics of growth, the number of new participants and contributions for the next 4 weeks. Then we started with the solution that since 640 participants paid $64,000 to fulfill their promise in the last 30 days, then we're expecting the $64,000 plus $19,200, which is 30% interest of the $100 they PH'd. Then we also include the $12,800, which would be their $20 first time registration bonus. So we are arriving at a figure of $96,000. Then the second month, for that second month, we need 960 participants to contribute $100 each to make up for the 96,000 we require. So for us to get them, managers need to recruit new members. Then we expect that 50% of the old participants who have already GH'd their money, their Mavro, will also testify of the goodness of MMM and also refer people into the system. So we're expecting that 50% of participants will refer people to the system. And then we also expect that 50%, which is 500 members, will also provide help again. And then our cost estimates included in continuation of recruitment, sharing flyers, and creating awareness. And at this time, we're expecting that the budget will cost us $1,000. Then moving on to tax 4, we're told that after 2 months, the number of participants and deposits that we've calculated will come down by 75% because of the holiday that is being celebrated. And during this period, people usually don't spend money, don't actually invest their money. Rather, they take away money from wherever they've invested. So this has caused a decline in the number of people that have provided help in order for people that are supposed to get help to get their help. So in order to sort out this problem, we were checking the shortfall of 75%, which is 720 participants. Then it means that we were not only to get 900, it means that we were only able to get 960 minus 720, which will give us 240 new participants. Therefore, we need more actions in order to bring in more people into the system and to make the system viable to last over the period. So therefore, we introduce more bonuses on PHs. We campaign to focus more on ideology and benefits of MMM, and we try to promote positive image and the outlook of MMM, and that we ensure that that every manager PH a certain amount of their bonuses into the system in order to make it sustainable. And at the same time, we look at pausing the growth of Mavro to avoid excess debt. Then we move on to tax 5, where we were told that our plan did not work and that we do not have enough new registrations and new deposits to cover the cost of current deposits. That it is necessary for us to analyze the plans of action in this situation, which are the resources, how many participants' contributions it is needed to get this situation resolved due to lack of funds that are delayed in payments. The old participants, seeing that neither make their own contribution nor attract new members. Now, in order to build confidence back into the system, because we are still having a debt of $96,000, and we expect that 960 participants, register and PH into the system. Therefore, for us to get these people, we need to carry out system evaluation to ascertain the problem and challenges facing the system. Then we need to organize more seminars, enroll and train more guiders, then extend the program to other regions or states, because mind you, we were only focused in Lagos, so we needed to extend to other states, in the country. And then we need to continue with aggressive campaign, both online and offline. Then task 6 talks about the monthly delay in payments increased to 7 days. Referral activities almost reduced to zero, because of the decline, the 75% decline as a result of that holiday. Now we talked about the solution that we needed to call the members together and explain what a pulse mode is in order to avoid panic. Then we needed to explain the reason why PH is very important to the smooth running of the system. And we also needed to intensify the seminars and publicity on what is going on and how we need to strengthen and put confidence in the system. Then we needed to be active in our social and community development. Then we ensure that cancellation of bonuses of participants and guiders who do not give back to the system is really, really acted upon, because you believe that maybe the guiders and the participants, because guiders and participants may not be able to PH, but they are interested in taking away their bonuses. So at this point, in order to ensure sustainability and in order to ensure confidence in the system, the cancellation of bonuses and bonuses of both guiders and the participants are embarked on. Then the final task, which is telling us that our efforts have been insufficient to reverse the system. A restart took place. All the old Mavros are removed. We start to work from the beginning. Serious negative impacts of the members and unfavorable responses, 1 or 2 negative articles in the mass media, and you have to make a fresh start in such condition, a plan of action under specified condition for a month. Now, we started with the solution that we need to explain what the restart mode is to all participants, especially those who are really, really into the system. We need to remind the public of the good things of MMM, because at this point, people will just be talking about how they are taking away people's money, or how people's Mavros are how people's money are stocked up in the system. But at the same time, when MMM was booming, there were good deeds of visiting IDP camps, people with killer helmets having money, receiving funds from MMM to take care of their health issues, visiting the motherless babies, and a lot of good things that we did in the community. So at this point we need to remind the public, of the good deeds of MMM in the lives of people and the society before the restart. Then we need to also be prepared to answer all members' query, be it positive or negative, because everybody will react, and you need to take into consideration that no matter how people are reacting, you need to listen to them and try and make something positive out of their complaints. Then we also talked about creation of awareness with the general public and encourage them to continue with MMM. And we talked about to continue to use the same mass media to tell people about MMM, because it's also the mass media, it's also the media that would also that they will use to destroy, or let me say, to cut down the activities of MMM. So we need to buy the media through our positive image and through testimonies that come from people or from participants of MMM. So we use that to also tell the people about MMM. And then we try to also go over to other states and to places where we have not been able to while we've not been able to cover. Then, at this note, at this juncture, we make a provision for bad debts or unforeseen expenditure to the amount of $1,500. Then, when we subtract it from our budget balance, we will still have like $39,680. The budget balance of $39,680 will be used in the development of MMM Nigeria in other states of the Federation, following the step-by-step tax actions in this business game plan. Given Nigeria as a country, it is a very big country, and our team chose Lagos State, where we forecast a high growth of recruitment for new participants as a starting point for the development of MMM Nigeria. Our budget can cover at least 5 major/strategic states, which are Lagos, Rivers, Kano, Enugu, and the Federal Capital Territory, FCT Abuja in Nigeria. And we tend to move to these locations until we recover the strategic states in Nigeria. Thank you. This is Cycle 2 of Group 5.
Many thanks. The remaining group?
Sir, Cycle 4, Clinton Amidu.
Yes, please. Cycle 4, the floor is yours.
Yes, sir. All right. Good evening, everyone.
15 minutes.
I'm here to talk on my task. So I want to start with our aims and objective, which is to introduce MMM to the residents of Nigeria, to educate them on MMM ideology and how it works, the rules and risks involved in MMM, and the benefits of actively participating in MMM community, to sensitize them on the potential inherent in MMM as regards the development and growth of the community in the country, and to raise committed managers that will sustain the system in the country. So as for task 1, it says you have received all the information needed in order to become managers or leaders in the MMM global community. Now you have an important task: enter into a new country and develop MMM global there. And this country will be Nigeria. We have our resources, which is internet, a team, and knowledge received in the school, and $50,000. So first of all, I want to talk about Nigeria, which is the country that we are to carry out the task. Nigeria is often referred as the giant of Africa, owing to a large population and economy with approximately 184 million inhabitants. Nigeria is the most populous country in Africa and the 7th most populous country in the world. Nigeria has the largest population of youths in the world. The country is viewed as a multinational state, as it is inhabited by over 500 ethnic groups, of which 3 largest are Hausa, Igbo, and Yoruba. The ethnic groups speak over 500 different languages and are identified with a wide variety of cultures. The official language is English. The Nigerian currency is Naira. $1 is equivalent to 317.5 Naira. The capital of Nigeria is Abuja. So our point of action, we have 10 members who are introduced into MMM, who are to introduce MMM into Nigeria with specific objectives for the week, which is building of the website, with an example, www.nigeria-mmm.net. Then we set up a Facebook page and promote it, create blogs, localize our ideas to suit the culture in Nigeria, get someone to interpret where there are different language barriers, physical seminars in the capital and commercial states or cities so as to attract people, continuous promotion of MMM and creation of videos to once again penetrate the online community and promote the YouTube channel, and start a mentorship program and start hosting webinars. So we have the budget. It is already there, the amounts on the Google document. We have for the hotel accommodation. We are going to hire a local interpreter and carry out massive campaigns and orientations, creating of websites, print flyers, posters, and pamphlets, and do internet ads, and organize seminars and create forums for feedbacks, and bulk SMS through the country's mobile communication networks. And we are going to have a branded t-shirts, stickers, and caps, high mobility $130, $9,270. The total is $20,730. Sorry. Then the balance is $29,270. So we have the daily tasks. The daily task for Monday, we have a lodging and accommodation. We're going to secure a guest house and a venue for the seminar. Right, for the following day, Tuesday, we associate and make acquaintance with citizens to survey and gather information about the city. Also make payments for flyers and banners as well. Then on Wednesday, we receive banners and flyers for the distribution in the community. Thursday, we create awareness with distribution of flyers for the seminar. Then Friday, we carry out a road show with sound system in truck, moving large populated areas with distribution of flyers. Then Saturday, which is the seminar day. Then on Sunday, from midday, one on the meeting with interested participants and people who want clarification and registration. So for our achievements, if each member of the team registers 30 participants in a week, we'll have a total of 300 new participants. That's 10 leaders. And the average contribution of each participant is $100. So the total contribution for 1 week is $31,000. So for our task 2, said a week has passed, the average contribution to the structure is around $100. Under the regulations of MMM Global, you must provide at least 30% growth in terms of participants' payments, starting with the first contributions. Your task now is to calculate how many new members and contributions you have to ensure in the next 3 weeks, in order to be able to make the required payments to the older participants. It is necessary to write down your plan of action for the next 3 weeks under the above conditions stated. Point out your resources you need and how you're going to use them, the number of new participants, and money raised during this period, what extra costs you will have, and how to attract them. So here, our objective, which are plans of actions and the resources needed, and how to pay older participants at least 30% growth in terms of participants' payments, and to calculate how many new members and contributions needed in order to be able to make the required payments to the older participants in the next 3 weeks. So the methodology for the first month, 30% growth of $31 is $9,300. Then the $20 registration bonus for each member, which will be 20 times 310 participants, which are the 10 people there. That's the 10 of us, the 10 MMM personnel plus the 300 new participants. That's 310 multiplied by $20,000. We have $6,200. Then the referral bonus, which the calculation is all there, which amounts to $3,900. So the total contribution in order to be able to make the required payments to the old participants after 3 weeks is $50,400. The calculation is all there on the document. We will need additional PH of $22,000. So the number of new participants, assuming each contribution is $100, we need an average of 194 people. Because, okay. So moving on to the next, we have the plan of action for these 3 weeks, which are, we will continue all that we have been doing in the first week as usual. In addition, we will start to train managers on the ideology of MMM, training them to use the marketing and promotional tools, guiding them to use the tools already developed to their advantage, hold online webinars where we can share minds on new ideas to get people in, extra costs that we will have to incur, such as accommodation, food and drinks, car hire, and hall for rent for additional 3 weeks. The total expenses for that month is $20,730, which is the first expenses, plus the new expenses, which is $15,465,000, which will amount to a total of $36,195. is that there has to be more aggressive drive in order to bring on board more participants within the next 3 weeks. The other participants must be made to understand the bonuses they stand to get if each person can bring at least 2 or 3 referrals that can register with minimum of $100. That's 3. A month has passed and you are a 100 manager. The same plan up for another month on the basis of the results of previous calculations, taking into account the dynamics of growth, the number of new participants and contributions for the next 4 weeks. So after 1 month from the tax, we have 100 leaders now after 1 month, and 10 new registrations by each leader is equal to 1,000 participants. So the total number of participants in the second month will be 300 plus 1,000, that's 1,300. And the average contribution, which still remains $100 by each participant. So the total contribution is 1,300 times $100, and we have a total of $130,000. And for the second month, which is at a growth rate of $30,000 with a 10% referral bonus, assuming that the 300 participants have invited one new member each, which amounts to a total of $3,900. The calculations are there in the document. Then $20 registration bonus for the 1,000 new members will be $20,000. Then 5% for gather bonuses from the first layer downlines on 300 participants, $100. So total will amount to $198,400. Total contribution needed to pay will now be $1,984,000. $198,400, sorry, minus the $130,000, which will be $68,400. So the number of new members, assuming each contributes $100, we need an average of 684 people, which is that $68,400 divided by the $100 contribution of each of them, which is amounting to 684 people. And after a month, the plan is to storytelling, updating them on YouTube and on the Nigerian website, available to guide active members, right? Especially when they encounter challenges. Encourage old members to join Guidance School, where they will be further taught the ideology and run with Sergey Mavrodi's vision to change the financial world system. Technical support for participants with low IT knowledge and mentorship support for their PO. Communicate constantly with them, ensuring they follow the right procedure, guiding the community. Then after 2 months, you have the number of participants and contributions, which you have calculated. Now you can calculate what you need to organize within the next month. A week after the start of the next month, there's a local Nigerian holiday. This could be a Christmas period, like a December period, which is celebrated during the week, okay, respectively. In this period, the activity of registration falls by 75%. And it says make a plan of action for a month, what resources and how you should use them, the right amount of contributions and participants for the development of the system. So after 2 months, the calculations for what is expected within the next 1 month are as follows, which is that the average donation for participants still remains $100. Then old existing participants, which is a 194, yeah, plus the new participants and 80 participants. The contribution required for registration bonus, which is $20 for the 684 new participants, amounts to $13,680, and which also grows by 30% of $4,104. Then $100 PH by all 878 participants will amount to $87,800, and this also grows by 30%, to amount to $26,340 Referral bonuses amounts to $2,634. Guided bonus amounts to $4,390. And the total will be $125,000, $125,268. And hence, the minimum number of new participants required will be the 125,268 divided by the $100, which is the average amount, and we have a total number of participants at 1,253 participants. So the 75% fall will now be 1,253 participants multiplied by the 75% fall. So we have a total of 940 new participants. Therefore, the total donations from each new participant is multiplying that 940 new participants by the $100 bonus, $100 donations. We have a $94,000, and this implies that our total expected new donation is short by $31,268. The calculation is out there. So the plan of action for a new month is one action plan to sustain the payout of Marvel. We have a roadshow and a 20% referral bonus. 100 managers are to participate effectively in the roadshow and allocate responsibilities to the participants. 5 managers to continually echo the MMA ideology and benefits. Each participant to share flyers to the minimum of 10 persons. Participants will collect details of interested people to follow up and further invite to educate and register them. A well-kitted 10 best participants in dance in front to attract attention of the crowd. Do a promotion that gives every person 20% referral bonus as you register during the festive period. Then the budget for the holiday road show is all there, and it includes the flyers, the t-shirts, the camera, video, sound system, car branding, and the total amounts to $9,300. And then calculating this with all our other expenses, it amounts to $45,495. That is from the initial $50 we were given. Then task 5, despite the fact that your plan worked, you do not have enough new registration and new deposits to cover the cost of current contribution. Moreover, you have a reduction of the amount of contribution by minus 20%. So if our plan did not work that way, the way we expected it to, which means that we do not have enough money to pay the new participant due to lack of funds and their delay in payment, the old participants are not making their own contribution nor attracting new members. The first thing to consider is to determine the amount to be paid to new participants. Then the actual contribution by participant, which is $94,000, then the expected contribution by participant, which is $125,000. The total contribution to pay is $31,268. And therefore, since we have a reduction of minus 20%, and 20% of $31,268 is $6,200, we minus it from the $31,268, we have a total of $24,800. There will obviously be a delay in payment of some participants since the amount is not enough to go around. So the reasons that may be responsible include a weak SWOT analysis, managers not trained and supported well, negative media, individuals spreading rumors, bad social media trends, current members are comfortable, initial training on social media was not good enough, the language and cultural barrier, people did a PH, but when time came to pay, they have no money to pay. The period from PH to actual payment dates is too long. Reasons for the situation at hand could be that the message was not clear enough. People did not understand the concept of MMM, and also see to it that presentations are not only conducted in English. Use of language, local language, is very important. So the plan to sustain MMA in Nigeria is to start to use open area for meeting where there are no venue costs, meeting with managers, new towns, tertiary institutions, MMM ideology training, people that don't have social media, do door-to-door marketing and leaving flyers to invite for lunch. For example, we target 20,000 houses to effective marketing, where we will make sure that their areas, or that all areas are covered, have been covered. we'll have a computer classes for our participants to enhance their knowledge about the MMM computerized system, reward those members that are still participating actively in the community. Positions reward for highest number of new signups. Task 6, he said during this month, delay in payment increased to 7 days. Referral activities almost reduced to 0. The old members do not attract new ones and do not make contributions too. In virtue of this situation, a pause mode is implemented, which all old marbles are frozen and will be available for withdrawal when the situation will right itself. New deposit will grow as per old condition and are not frozen and available as usual. Make your plan of action for another month, resources, contributions, members, etc. So the solution to persistent downturn, with respect to the recent development as pause mode will be activated, all old marvels will be frozen and no marvel growth, pending when the system is fully functional. The following actions will be taken. We have ongoing contributions, number of new registered members this period dropped to 50. Then the contribution, which is at $100, then the total contribution is $5,000. Based on the above, the page of new members, which is $5,000 cannot be able to offset the outstanding marvel of old members of $24,800, which is a deficit of $19,800. So the solution is to devise the next line of action to bring the situation back to normal as they explained below. Avoid panic. In view of persistent downturn against our planned expectations, we shall educate members on what pause mode is and what it means. We rebuild trust by showing past experience of the business, using South Africa as an example, a complete transparency of MMM activities, implement turbo mining. The basic principle of this action, the participant is awarded with a fixed bonus on the contribution he or she makes. 20% bonus is added to the amount of assistance the participant provides. You can make a contribution on the amount from $10,000 up to $5,000. You can make a contribution by MMM Turbo Action only once, increase referral bonus to 15%. Then education. Existing members need to know that money comes from new recruits. Teach members the importance of providing help. Hello. Encourage them to train as managers as well. Tell them about the benefits the management gets. With these actions, we believe the situation will return to normal. We can revert to the standard way of the program. Then for task 7, which is the last task, your efforts have been insufficient to reverse the situation. A restart took place and all old marvels are removed. We start to work from the beginning. Serious negative impact on members and unfavorable responses, 1 or 2 negative articles in the mass media, and you have to make a fresh start in those conditions. The plan of action has specified conditions for a month. So the action plan in the event of a restart include, as united leaders, we will ensure that none of us leave and no one will give up. Together, we keep promoting the ideology of MMM, conducting master classes and seminars. Development fully depends on their knowledge and loyalty. Moreover, the task of leaders is not just to attract contributions, but to spread MMM ideology. Implementation of the model MMM Extra is required to do a web tax. For doing it, they are awarded with additional interest. Tasks are focused on the development of message advertising MMM on social network or forum, share videos or images, etc. With this, we can really start the program all over again. With consistency, we can readily move the system back to normal. True, though we expect low and gradual restart, we must make every effort to involve as many states as we can, especially the states that we're not doing much initially. Change the conditions to become guided. Such conditions will be made more rigorous, that the quality of managers will guarantee management of the panel, because leaders are the face of the community, the success and stability of the system. So that is the end of my presentation. Thank you very much, Mr. Alex and the group. Hello? Hello?
Yeah, thank you. Thank you for your presentation. Thank you for presenting your group. All right. So far, 3 groups has presented. Group 1 has not turned up. I don't know the reason why they didn't come. I sent him email to all the leaders. That's their mistakes. Now I'm going to invite the next group, that is 5, 6, 7, 8. Can try request all the members who are on the hangout to leave us the meeting. I appreciate your time. Thank you for coming in. Thank you for presenting. All other communication I would communicate in our chat box. Thank you, guys. It has been nice presenting.
Thank you,
Leave us
sir.
the meeting so that I invite another bunch of group. You can also call us from the group
Okay,
of the
thank you.
live stream, please.
We can exit, sir.
Thank you.
All right,
Thank you.
sir.
Bye. Bye.
Bye.
You can leave now. Thank you. Clinton, you can leave. Clinton, you have been here. Good evening, Abel.
Good evening.
You are with Sako?
I'm actually Seku 5. My group leader is not yet around. I'm the assistant group leader.
So it's okay. You would be the group leader. Bint.
You said hello. You said
you're
hello?
the assistant.
Assistant. Yes.
No worry. You can take over if he does not turn up.
All right. Okay. So can I proceed?
Hold on a bit as we wait for other people to come in.
Okay.
Guys, people who are listening for us from the YouTube live stream, please tell the group leader to join the meeting. Abel, no time to waste time. You begin.
Okay. All right. Good evening, Mentor Alex, and good evening to everyone. Representing batch 2017-0303 Group 5, Seku 5, and we've been given some tasks, and starting with task 1, it says we have received all information needed in order to become managers and leaders in the MMM global community. Now you have an important task: enter in a new country and develop.
Sorry, Abel,
MMM.
before I forget.
Yeah.
You have 15 minutes. So is 10
Okay.
is 10 minutes pass? You will stop at 25 minutes pass.
You said? Okay, all right. So it says we enter a new country and develop MMM global there, and this new country will be Nigeria. Okay, so we've been assigned to Nigeria to start MMM global there, and we've been given some resources: internet, a team, knowledge received in the school, and $50,000 with. Okay, so this was the first task given to us, and to do that, one of the first things is to study the country we are talking about, which is Nigeria. And from our research, we discovered Nigeria has a population of about 260 million. The official language is English. The currency is Naira, and the major cities are Lagos, Abotako. For us, we want to start our movement from the major towns, which have the largest populations, and they will make our work easier. So one of the first things we did was to understand the economy of the nation, and from research, it's observed that there are currently many very funny schemes, and from past experiences in Nigeria. So MMM coming in, it's not just going to be so easy to win people's trust, because many have lost money to all sorts of schemes. So there has to be a proper orientation. There has to be a proper of the banking sector and the economy, making them see that it's actually not fair. And MMM has come with an opportunity, with an advantage that is to everyone's benefit. We try to sell this idea to them. That's one of our core targets. Then we can recruit members who understand our ideology, not just get people in and they'll leave. So one of the first things we do is to secure a residence, an apartment, where at least it could be like a base for us. And from the report we submitted, we budgeted some amount for that. We get a bus for our move a bus that can convey us around, and of course there have been provisions for advertisements on radio, televisions, internet, make posters, banners, face caps, jotters, and t-shirts. Now the major thing is public awareness. With our team, we try to make this awareness, apart from the TV and online awareness, we see target holding our meetings using the tools is to teach about their geology. We teach about their geology, and one of the first things we'll target is to get a
Your network is breaking. You are not audible now, please.
Hello?
Please check on your background also. The background is noisy, Abel. I can hear feedback.
Okay.
Hello, good evening.
John, please put off your camera.
Okay, thank you. Okay, good evening.
Can you hear me now?
Yes, I can hear you.
You may continue, Abel.
Yes, I can hear you.
You may continue, Abel.
Okay, so like I said, we'll engage on a week awareness campaign in Nigeria for promotion of MMM. We shall engage the service of protocol officers who act as our major guides in major cities where we can get, and we'll engage the services of a community based on as in when we get the transportation, we'll also get units.
And can they hear me?
Do I have anyone from Abel Group? Anyone from Abel Group, please?
No. Hello, please. Can I continue? I don't think I'm not from Abel Group.
You will continue on your own group, so you need to give time, please, sir.
Okay.
When time comes for your group, then since Abel has lost connections, which other group is there?
07, SACU 07, Group 5, SACU 07. And I'm the group leader. So can I make my presentation?
You are from, wait, please, sir. You are from SACU 7?
Yes, sir.
SACU 7. Okay. Please, sir, make your presentation. You have 15 minutes for the entire presentation. So you may go on. Abel will come back and continue from where they are stopped. It's 15 minutes past, so we'll stop at 30 minutes past. Good luck.
You said?
You have 15 minutes for the entire presentation.
Okay, thank you. So I'm proceeding right away. My name is Sadu John, and I'm representing 020 Cedar School. I'm here to actually make a presentation about the development, developing MMM global community in Nigeria as a business. First and foremost, I received an information to develop with an important task in a new country, which is Nigeria, develop MMM global community. The question is familiar to everybody. But first and foremost, since I've been given, we were being given the sum of $50,000 to start with, I would like to itemize my budget, and I mean expected expenditures based on the budget that I have. The first thing we do is we group, our event, I mean activities of the days, in 2 days. And first and foremost, since we are going to a country that we are not familiar with, the first thing we have to do is share. As all human beings, we have to have a shelter for ourselves. So the first thing is accommodation. When we get to that country, the first thing we do is we try to sort out what the accommodation looks like over there. How large is the global community we are talking of in respect of the country per se? So for Nigeria, as a case study, Nigeria have so many states, like about 36 different states in Nigeria. So how do we start? How do we begin? We just have to start from somewhere. So the first place of contact we have to start from in a particular community, and in that community we have to identify what the accommodation or like hotel lodge is all about there. So what we do in our group is we try to like figure out, based on the total number of team members that we have, we actually are allocated the sum of $2,000 for hotel lodge and the feeding, including feeding allowance, based on the information we received. Then the second of our event is number 2, which is we have to look at getting someone that will be able to convey our information in a more proper way. I mean, in such a language that the community itself will be able to accept us wholeheartedly, having us well understood. So meaning that we have to get an interpreter, someone that we definitely convey, because at Nigeria we are aware that it has about a very large language, so we have to get someone based on the community we are visiting. So we itemize the sum of like $1,000 for an interpreter. Also, mobility is also a factor we have to consider, because we are not very familiar with the terrain then, and we're not provided with mobility. So we have to also allocate a portion of our amount of money for mobility. So at the same time, also to make a campaign, we call it campaign. We have to make it very somehow unique. So how do we do that? We have to identify the kinds of media awareness that we have in such terrains, like a TV station, radio stations, and any other forms of advertisement, a means of conveying the MMM ideology to the community. So all these things also requires money based on our findings. At the same time, when we go about, aside from that, we have to print materials and like pamphlets, like billboard, like t-shirts, like face cap that conveys, that actually represent our brands. Then publicity awareness is also very important. All these are what we itemize, and we actually allocate some amount of money to enable us to be able to do what? To communicate effectively to that community. So the second question that now, if we are talking of that first aspect, we have to understand the tools, the knowledge acquires, which are very essential for all team members that are part of the team. So we talk of internet, which is also an avenue for us to create accessibility, to the community. Then also the skills we acquire from guidance school is also very important in this regards. We have to utilize all skills acquired from our guidance training schools. You understand? So such as the use of Google Gmail account, Google document and spreadsheet, creating the school in the cloud while preserving the MMM ideology. Also, we are not going to forget the use of YouTube channels too, which is also very paramount. Then how do we also achieve this campaign? There is need for us at every point to split our team members into groups, into a subgroup, where each of them will be tasked with will be given a daily task, probably recruit like 50, 100 new team members into the groups. Then also we have to also put into consideration the use of our SWOT analysis is also very important, because along the line we also have some strengths, some weaknesses, and some trade also that we have to make use of. Then at the same time, to create publicity, we have to identify projects, minor projects within our expenditure that we can actually use to big awareness to the people. Because when you visit an environment, people tells you we don't have this, we need this, we need. So you have to identify a particular minor project that you can use to like echo your campaign proper to the people. So all this comes under awareness campaign. Then at the same time, that the use of security personnel, because you are actually entering into an environment where they have the diverse of rules and regulations. When I see them, so you have to indulge the use of security personnel to enable you to be able to carry out your campaign proper. Then number two, questions that I'm going to go is, after a week, then you as the average contribution of a participant to the structure is around $100. I mean $100. How do you go about it? % growth in terms of participants. What it comes up with, we try to divide that very tax into the numbers of new try to take a sample of the numbers of people that we are actually registering on daily basis. Now, after identify what our groups are, we try to like split our groups, tax each of our groups into the numbers of registration they are to make, on daily basis, on weekly basis. And from there also we go to what are the average contribution of the whole groups in terms of how much are the people they register, how much are they contributing to the system as a whole. Then we also go to, we use that contribution, average contribution, to actually know the exact number, expectation of what we are expected on monthly basis. And that actually helps us to know exactly what the growth at 30% is going to be, and what also the other aspect of it is going to be. Then from there, because of time, I'll have to move to like number 3 of 100 as a manager handling 100 participants. What are the same plan for another month on the basis of the result of previous calculation. Now, what we actually did is not to waste time on reading out the task. You have to record that we have the numbers of registered participants, and this will always equal to a given set of amount of money unity. So we use it a kind of like instance where you have 150 members PH that comes on from the total number of, let's say, 250 at $100 each. So how do we go about that? We try to like figure out what the total sum, if 250 are contributing $100 to the community, that gives us $25,000. Then from that $25,000, in order for the 150 main participant that wants to PH, in order for them to be paid their 30%, we also have to make some other calculations, like number one, the 30% of the 250 participants, which is equal to how much we have the 30% of each, the total number of member is. You understand? And that also is going to assist us to know the additional interest we are expected to member. Then at the same time, we shouldn't forget the fact that for each registered member, there is an outstanding of 20 as a bonus. by the system for these members, we also have to know what that $20 is by the total numbers of the participants. So all this will enable us to be able to know our contribution is and how to make how to follow the dynamic trends of the growth. And with this, if I tell you, when you get to understand this principle, you will know what your task is as a team on weekly basis. In a situation where you are not getting the expected numbers of tasks of a participant, registered participant, then you will know where your task actually falls. To have to go down much on the course of time, how we move down to task 4, which is after 2 months. You have the number of participants and contribution, which is calculated, which I myself or as a group calculated. Now you should calculate what you need to organize a month. It's like you are projecting that if 10 people get registered this month, what are your expectations in the next month for those 10 people, plus the additional numbers of people that will come in. So in this regards, I mean, in this kind of scenario, we believe that concept of pause mode, because the question still went ahead to say that what a week after the start of the month, there is a local holiday. I mean, something distracts you from achieving that expected calculation or projection that you have. So in such kind of scenario, what do you do? So I said, actually, from we talk of pause mode, but I really say that a pause mode does not come handy in this regard, because it's going to discourage members, new participants from joining. But we can actually split Nigeria community activities into two. That is, we look at it from the perspective of the activities before and activities after the pause mode, post announcement. So in this kind of scenario, what we have to do is that we advise that we can stop the growth of the Mavro period or before this ends. It all boils down to the team member finding out from the community that what are the norms in terms of people's expectation. So if they have the full knowledge that that country, Nigeria, within a particular point in time, there will be a kind of holiday, then they can project ahead of time that before this period, this is what we are going to do. And that is what exactly we are providing solution to activities before. So in this case, we can stop the growth of Mavro, registration activities return to normal. We may also extend the numbers of days left until the defrost, so that even if you have provided help, your Mavro will not turn green. Rather, they will be frozen with, until when it is being released. And the last option at that kind of scenario is we can delay a bit in the rate at which the provide help pledge gets matched with people that actually wants to get help. And during this time, I tell you that when we use this, we can actually prioritize it such that utilization of the 50,000%, that is the $50,000 budget, can also come handy in executing some other a kind of a project to cover up the lapses. Because one thing people is a panic. When people have expectation that at this particular time I'm supposed to get this and they are not getting it, definitely is going to cause panic. And as leaders, as group leaders, we have to prevent such a kind of a scenario. Then I move on because of a time to task 5, which talks about even when you put in all your efforts, it appears as if you are not getting enough. New contributions or new registration and whatever is really not coming up the way you expected, so it becomes reduced. What do you do? In such scenario, we believe that the best option is to start all over as a group, as a system. We can start all over by going back to square one. I mean, where we started the task from. that is creating awareness and also identify using our WSOTS analysis to actually know where our weaknesses are, so that we focus more attention into that. And how do we achieve that? First, we have to identify how much contribution that is needed to normalize the system. Aside from that, we have to know what the ratio of participants actually help the system to balance. And the last of all is we also have to look at other resources that we can put in place to help the system to normalize. And with this, then as a guider, intensify our effort to reorientating the people ideology, which is very important. At the same time, we also have to, as leaders, we have to learn to increase the rate of awareness. Whatever awareness we have in the past, we have to boost it more further. And more also, we have to train more guiders. Because the more guiders we have in the system, it appears more guiders have first-class information into how the system runs than new participants, which we can actually classify as novices. So the more guiders we have in the system, the most of our tasks we can actually guarantee that we can achieve. Hello? Are we together? Hello? Hello.
Please go on. Go on.
Okay, thank you. Then
Yes,
at the
sir.
same time, we have to train more guiders because when we have more guiders in the system, they understand better. It's like they are a step ahead of the new registered members, their scope of orientation to the community where they actually revolves around. And at the same time, we also have to increase contribution, mostly guiders that understand the norms and beliefs of MMM. They also have to do what? Increase their contribution. Because if we have new participant that is contributing $100 because of the panic or because of the pause mode or because of the likelihood of people minus growth percentage we are having, some of them will be scared to put more of their resources into it. But when we have guiders who have first-hand information, when some of them, maybe someone that puts $200 tends to increase it to 300, when we have a bit of the gaps of the new registered members, and that also we enable this IT concept for tax 5. Then tax 5, during the month delay, we have increase.
Excuse me, sir, your time is up. What is your batch number, please? Your group number,
batch 5. That was 7.
Circle 7, you may stop here, please. Because of time, we will not allow you to proceed. I told you earlier you will always have 15 minutes to present. So your discussion is here. I would invite, or I give you some few minutes, you do the summary. I will give you 2 minutes.
Sir.
You do the summary, then I invite the next group. Thank you, sir.
Okay, thank you very much. So to all guiders, I'm going to summarize by saying that the sustainability of this noble scheme that is the MMM Global Community, I still believe that it falls to the hands of the guiders. Most importantly, the more the guiders understand what the ideology behind MMM is all about, the more they are their own impact to their noble community. And that is why I believe that MMM Triple M is trying to build more guiders into the community so that they will be able to sensitize. It's not about a guider having his own individual view of or obligation. We have to work as a team in a place where we have shortcoming. Since we have more guiders in the community, they can make contact with other guiders. Altogether, we can all come together to focus attention on that community. And with that, when people see multitude, when they see crowd with unique and just one goals, I'm telling you that is going to have of positive panic based on whatever they hear from third party, from third tiers, and the like, is also the responsibilities of guiders. Also, the use of the social medias, publicities, creating awareness in the social environment, and your own personal idea of MMM is also going to go a long way to result into developing a better MMM global community. Thank you very much for giving me this opportunity on behalf of my group member to present for SACO 007. And I still want to appreciate our mentor too, Mr. Harless. You are doing a very great job out there, sir. And to other fellow guiders, group leaders, I still appreciate your points and your views also about the community. Thank you very much. I remain Adu with John.
Thank you, sir. Thank you for presenting your group.
Yes, sir.
May I have the next person for the next circle, please? Are we all covered here? Everyone who is on the Hangout, have you all presented your badge? Circle, please. Yes, your circle is not covered, please. I can see Abel and John, you are from the same circle, right? Abel? Ngor. Which circle are you from, Ngor? Okay, guys, thank you. I think everyone is covered now. And everyone who is here is covered, and because I see no one is talking. So can you guys leave so that I remain alone on the meeting? I want to invite the next group so that we will proceed with our discussion. John, please, are you okay?
Okay, I'm
Anything
okay,
you want
sir.
to say?
No, I'm okay, sir. I'm okay. I'm very okay.
You can now leave the meeting. Thank you.
Okay. Thank you very much, sir.
So the few people, the few group leaders, we have sent them email to join us in the going out. I'm waiting for you so that we begin right away. We have so many groups and time like this where every group has discussed. The people who have not discussing, okay, group one, please, group leaders, log on to your email. I'm just sending you email right away. You must come in right away. And I think this is the second email I'm sending to group one, and it will be the last email. If you guys does not come, that would be another issue. I will not be able to help because I've tried my best. I'm just sending you email to group one leaders so that they can join the meeting. Group one. Leaders, please log on to your email so that we don't waste time. Anthony and...
No.
Is this group one?
Hello, mentor. Good evening.
Yes, good evening, sir. Which group is this?
Group 10.
Group 10. Thank you for coming in. Abel, what are you doing here again?
Hello?
Abel, please let me remove you. I don't need you, Abel. You have just discussed. Thank you. Group 10, how many people? Gentlemen, how many are you in the group 10? I can see only one name. You are supposed to have two group leaders. What happened to group 10?
Actually, we're trying to work. None of them came online this afternoon. So for now, I think I'm the only person back from work crazy.
And your network is breaking. You think you have a better network and you can discuss? Because they might find you on the way.
Sorry?
I'm asking, you think you can proceed, or you
Yeah.
wait for the other group member? You proceed? Gentlemen, if you cannot even hear me, it implies your network is extremely bad. It means you cannot represent the group. You need a better network to represent, right?
I can hear you.
You can discuss. You can hear me, but people cannot hear you. That is the challenge. You get me?
Okay. So what do we do, sir?
Group 1 is live.
I'm asking, you think you can wait for other group member? Proceed?
Proceed.
Let me begin by having group 1, then I will come to group 10 as we wait for the group member. Group 1, I need the all 2 members. I hope all of you came in. Group 1, you need a better network, right?
I can hear you.
Can discuss. Who is this from group 1, please?
Group 1, sir.
Your name, please.
Yes, Ohalizim Ernest.
Please cross-check your audio. Is extremely poor. We cannot hear you well.
Ohalizim Ernest.
Your audio is bad, please. I'm sorry, I can't hear you. Please correct your audio and come in. I would invite the group 10 gentlemen. Please, the group 10 gentlemen, you may proceed if you are ready. Hello? The gentleman for the group 10, what happened? So far, there are 5 group wizards presented. I have group 2, I have group 3, I have group 4, I have group 5, then I have group 7. The group which has not presented yet, I have group 1, which they have not presented. I have group 6. They have not even submitted their document. They have their own reasons. I have group 8. I have not submitted their documents. I share this Google document link to everyone, and that's why they have not submitted. And I'm very interested in group 9 and group 10. The gentleman for group 10, are you here? Can you hear me, please? If I'm alone, it means I need to close the meeting. It implies those other people are not interested in presenting.
Hello?
Yes, Sibuki.
Yeah.
Yes, Sibuki, you may proceed, please. You have 15 minutes to do the presentation. It's 14 minutes to stop at 1 minute past. The ground is yours, sir. Proceed.
Okay. Okay.
Group 9, what is happening? The floor is yours.
Okay. What?
Group 9, I'm so sorry, I cannot continue with you. We cannot hear anything from you. So I suggest you either get a better internet service. I mean,
can you hear me now?
If the problem is within the internet, please change your internet service provider, or if the problem is with the device, you need to change. We cannot hear you. I'm so sorry.
Is it better now?
Elizabeth, please turn off your camera.
Hello?
Good evening, Elizabeth. Elizabeth?
Yes, sir.
Please turn off your camera. Okay, thank you. Which group are you in, Elizabeth?
Start.
Pardon?
Is it time for me to start, sir?
I'm asking, which circle are you in?
Okay, circle 5, sir.
Okay.
Circle 5.
Okay, you may begin.
All right, sir.
But again,
yes,
are
sir.
you together with Abel? Abel Olud. I cannot.
Yes,
I cannot pronounce
together.
that name.
Yes,
Abel has been
Abel.
here. He
Yes.
has presented for your group. Thank you.
Okay. But he said his
Your group
network
is
went
covered.
off. He said his network went off.
Yeah, the network has been so bad.
Yes.
Okay, I give you 15 minutes. Elizabeth, you may proceed. Thank you.
All right, sir. Good evening, all.
But turn off your
Sir.
camera, please.
Actually,
Turn off your camera.
turn off. Where will I press now? Okay.
Press that red button with video, the video sign. It is a red button on top.
I'm not even seeing
next to the network sign, where you see the network sign. Next to the microphone.
Okay.
Do you see mic? The other red one.
Yes, sir.
Press that. You should be able to turn off the camera. Okay, thank you. You went away again.
Hello.
Thank you for coming back again. You decided to run away.
No, I didn't. I was trying to look at where I will press. So I saw
Yeah, now you've made it. You're overpressing.
So which one should I press?
Do you see the red button on any red button? Yes, you have done it right now. You press and you run away. I don't know why. You can come on and you go on video now. I don't want to interrupt it.
Okay, sir, can you hear me? Hello.
I can hear you, please, Elizabeth. Continue.
Okay, but can you see me now?
I wanted your video to be off, to be turned off, but when you try to turn it off, you would put yourself off. So you may continue.
So where will I'm seeing a red. I'm seeing a red button. So which one is it?
There are two.
Should I press
two red buttons. There are two red buttons, right?
Button.
No. Elizabeth, you just continue, please. You're wasting time.
Okay. Okay, sir. Good evening, all. This is Elizabeth Agbara from batch 2017-0303 Group 5 MMM Guidance School on Business Game, Circle 5. We are 8 in number in this group, and the task we are to carry out, the task 1, is to receive all information needed from a manager, leader in the MMM Global Guide community. And the task given to us is that we have to enter in a new country to develop the MMM Global there. And the country that was given to us is Nigeria, and as the starting resources, we are being given internet, a team, knowledge received to develop a plan action for a week, and we must specify the number of registration and deposits that we will achieve over this period. Is this the workable capital is $50,000. The first thing we did a budget, and the first thing we did is that first is to secure resident permit and pay for security, and the budget for resident permit and for security is $7,000. Then number 2 is we are going to pay for rentage of bus services for use, and it is $1,000. Then again, we are going to organize a team, create a TV and a radio station for advertisement and awareness about MMM ideology, and the total cost for that is $2,000. Then number 4, we're going to printing and payment of posters, banners, and Facebook, face caps, and jotters, and MMM t-shirt. That is going to cost us like $10,000. Number 5, public awareness. The team will create awareness by targeting well-populated area of the country, and we can also do a little charity about what MMM has to offer, help to people, and that will take us like $5,000. Number 6, team management response from citizens, targeted registrations, target registering not more than 700 citizens with deposit of not more than $400, and that will cost us like $2,000. Then miscellaneous is $2. Now, tools and knowledge acquired. First, internet. The residents should be located to high-speed broadband environment for spreading the MMM message, trainings to seminars. Number 2, guidance school. We have obtained the following knowledge from the guidance school. First, Facebook, creating a community page and boosting it with a daily budget. Number 2, Google Gmail account, Google Docs and spreadsheet. Number 3, the ability to create a school or training in the cloud while preserving MMM ideology. Number 4, YouTube channels, the ability to bring mass media in recorded form to a large number to the connected population all at once, and this can also be monetized. Of 8, as a team of 8, the team has one objective: to sign up a 30 new recruits per team member. Our plan by help of using our SWOT analysis. Then continue to form groups on Facebook and continue to boost posts and community page. Again, to promote an offline event as well as charity events at local nursery schools, old age homes. Promote these on the Facebook page and the MMM Global web page, where people registered to already see the impact of MMM is having on the community to eradicate poverty and bring about a financial revolution. Again, to capitalize on strengths and opportunities and be aware of the threats and weakness. The team should hold a week awareness campaign in Nigeria for promotion of MMM. We shall engage the services of a protocol officer. We will act as in carry out massive campaign and promote MMM. On the team arrival at Nigeria, we shall secure for our period of stay a brief introduction of MMM to a government representative and our mission to the city. We shall engage community-based transportation for movement in and around the city. Again, we shall carry out our massive campaign by advertising MMM t-shirts, flyers, radio jingle, branded face caps, shirts, jotters, DVD for MMM, etc. Again, to provide provision of food and drinks will be made, photographs and videos will be taken in different groups. Tax 2, a week has passed. The average contribution to the structure is around $100 under the regulation of MMM Global, and it is given to us that we must provide at least 30% growth in terms of participants. Payment starting with the first contribution. Our tax, how many new members and contribution we have to ensure in the next 3 weeks in order to be able to make the required payment to the older participants. It is necessary to write down, it is said that it is necessary to write down our plans of action for the next 3 weeks under the above condition stated. And it is also said that we should point out what resources we need and how we are going to use them, the number of new participants and money raised during this period, what extra costs we will have and how to attract them. Now, task response, number of registration of new registration. First, note, group consists of 8 people, each person to bring 30 persons. 30 registrations per leader, that is means 30 times 8. So 240. Each person contributes $100. Everybody contributes $100 times 240, which is equals to $224,000. Percent growth is equals to 30 divided by 100 times 24,000, which gives us the $200. Now, total PH to sustain community is equals to $24,000 plus which gives to 200 is $31,200 divided by $100, which gives us 312 people. That which gives us 312. Now that we have established people in the system, it is time to start training managers and guidance and incentive for joining the MMM movement by increasing their percent earning points so that they can dedicate more energy. The number of new participants will increase based on the fact that managers will be energized to bring more people into the system. Tax 3. A month as on the basis of the results of previous calculations, taking into account the dynamics of growth, the number of new participants and contribution on the next 4 weeks. Here on this is, let's assume that if 100 PH comes in from 100 participants at $100 each, it will be 10,000 in order for the 100 PH to be paid their 30% bonuses. Will also be considered as participants will be given addition $20 on their $100. That means 30% of 100 participants equals to $30 interest for each of the 100 participants. Therefore, $3,000 will be the additional interest for all the 100 participants. The 20% bonus will also be calculated by the number of participants, while we have a total of $2,000. Considering the interest and the bonuses, there will be generated by the system. Mathematically, if 50 participants in regular GH and PH of the 100 participants request for GH, the calculation will be 50 participants times $100, which gives us $5,000. Then $20 bonus of the 50 participants, PH will be $1,000. Now, 30% of the 50 participant PH of $100 will be $30 times 50 participants, which will amount to $1,500. Therefore, the total amount of the 50 participants GH will be at this time, there will be only the sum of $2,500
Yes. Sorry, let me interrupt. Saloko, please mute yourself. The background is noisy. You're interrupting the presentation, please.
In this case, if the 50 participants repeat
Saloko? You're interrupting the presentation.
Amount $100 to make it 7,500, which will be sufficient for the next 50 participants GH. But in the case where there is no VPH, we shall be compelled to make sure there is additional income, to make sure there is additional income of $205. Now, $7,500 for 95 therefore, shall make sure that there are additional in the city of about $5,000 at the pH of $100 or the pH of $100. With this, there shall be the addition of nothing less than 150 participants in the next 4 weeks to make the circle grow. So the circle continues on and on for as long as the principle of regular GH and VPH remains. Task 4. After 2 months, we have the number of participants and deposits that we have calculated. Now we can calculate what we need to organize within the next month. A week after the start of the local holiday in Nigeria, which is celebrated during a week respectively. In this period, the activity of 5 you work and we do not have enough new registrations and new deposits to cover the cost of the current deposit. It is necessary to organize in this situation. What are the resources? How many participants' contributions is needed to get this situation resolved? Due to the lack of funds, there are delays in payment. The all participants saying that neither make their own contribution nor attract new members. Tax response. When registration activities fall drastically by 75%, we get under the pause mode and waste time. This means all contributions in Nigerian MMM are divided into 2 parts. Before and after the pause announcement, we can stop the growth of the MAVO pending when registration activities returns to normal. We may extend the number of days left until defrost, so that even if you have provided help, your MAVO will not turn green, rather they will be frozen and will turn blue. We delay a bit the rate at which the provide help pledge gets matched with get help. Tax 5. Plan didn't work out, and then we do not have enough new registrations and new deposits to cover the cost of the current deposit. It is necessary to analyze a plan of action in the situation. Now the question is, what are the resources? How many participants, contributions, etc. needed to get this situation resolved? Due to lack of funds, there are delays in payments. The old participants seeing that neither make their own contribution or attract new members. Tax response. Didn't work out. We didn't have enough new registrations and new deposits to cover the cost of this current deposit. We need to go back to TASCO and start the process all over. See where we went wrong. But first of all, we need to establish the following. Number 1, how much contribution is needed? Number 2, how many participants do we need to continue? Number 3, what other resources are to put in place? Then we will have to go back to the basics. We carry out the following activities in order to save MMM Nigeria from a restart, and also to achieve and surpass the shortfall in the tax for the following mechanism to be used to stabilize the community work in such situation. Number 1, recheck the MMM ideology in details. Number 2, increase awareness. And number 3, train more guiders. Number 4, recruit more members. And number 5, increase contribution, etc. Guiders should also reach out to more people via the social media platform, like the use of Facebook, for example. Work with existing groups, creating your own group, and work on popular fan pages. Facebook personal accounts must have your profile information completely filled. Posting expert comments on active fan pages. This will increase traffic to your personal page and therefore the visibility of your referral links. If guider look like a financial expert, people will listen to the guider's opinion where they should invest their money. Select fan pages of financial, economic, political types which contains active discussion. Search for posts, comments which you can respond opinion on the issue discussed. Very soon, your comments will draw attention and positive attitudes. Hence, your status for fans page subscribers will significantly increase, and therefore it will be easier to sell MMM ideology to them. Now, tax 6. During this month's delay in payment, increased referral activities almost reduced to 0. The old members do not attract anyone and do not make contribution to. In virtue of this situation, a pause mode is implemented in which all the old marvels are frozen and will be available for withdrawal when the situation will right itself. New contribution grow as per old conditions are not frozen and available as usual. Make plans of action for another month. Resources contribution, members, etc. Tax 6 response. In virtue of this situation, as a pause mode is implemented in which all the old marvels are frozen and will be available for withdrawal when the situation will right itself, participants will be enjoined to 1. Educate members on what pause mode is. 2. Avoid panicking. 3. Rebuild trust by showing past experiments of the program. 4. The basic principle of this action, the participant is awarded with the fixed bonuses on the contribution he or she. Participants do not have to wait passively, nor they need to regularly provide assistance and request for getting help. 20% bonus is added to the amount of assistance the participants provide. It means if you donate $1,000, you will be able to withdraw $1,200. Next, existing participants need to know that money comes from new recruits. Again, we have to teach members the importance of getting help regularly. And most importantly, bonus for videos in a letter of happiness applies for these actions as well. Again, training to seminar section is also needed. Again, one has to be active in the communities. Again, force members to withdraw original donation amount after 3 months. Tax 7. Your efforts have been insufficient to reverse the situation. A restart took place. All the old marvels are removed. We start to work with the beginning. Serious negative impacts of the members and unfavorable responses. 1 or 2 negative articles in the mass media, and you have to make a fresh start in such condition. A plan of action under a specific condition for a month. Tax 7 response. Mass media to explain the situation and what a restart then means. Also, we need to explain what happens to those that lost their money. That is where we are reminded about warning that we are given before joining. Again, we have to do marketing, show the history and experience of other countries that had a restart, for instance, like South Africa. Again, evaluation is needed. Ignore risk. Again, managers through guidance must ensure they are not carried away with many bonuses at the expense of transparently impacting the true ideology of MMM. Observe the leaders in the countries where it happened and learn from them. Honestly, and again, we honestly have to inform people about all risks in MMM. People get motivated once they start seeing that MMM pays. Being a manager, again, is very important. We should encourage people to provide help so that they smoothly. Again, we need to increase the growth of marvels to about 50%. It is important that people know MMM is meant to eradicate poverty, not to invest money needed to keep flowing. So constant withdrawal will. So with this is the joint Teamwork by of MMM Guidance School on business gain. And I believe this brief illustration on our task will help a lot. Thank you, sir. I'm grateful for the opportunity, sir. Thank you.
Thank you, Elizabeth, for the presentation. Thank you. You can leave the meeting now. Leave the meeting. I would invite other people to join so that they also present. You can follow us from the live stream. Thank you, Elizabeth.
All right, sir.
People who have not presented, please. If there is no another group, I will close the meeting and see what we can do. We started with group 1, and so far 5 groups finished so well. I congratulate upon everyone who finished. So nice of you. I'm waiting for more 5 groups. So if they're not ready, we close them. We close here. Let me see if I can get in touch with them. Please give me a few minutes. Keep online, please. Follow on the live stream. Elizabeth, you can leave the meeting, please. You can leave it. Now you're finished yours. Thank you. The team for group 9, Circle 9, please. Circle 9 and Circle 10. You guys have sent you email. And can you people please join and we finish with you? 9, 10, 8, if you guys are here. I remember sending every group leader an email with the meeting link. People who have not presented, please. I can see few people have sent me email saying that they cannot join. Why can't you join? I've sent you a meeting link. You just click on the meeting link. You should be able to come in. If it is failing, I'm sending you another email. Please follow this email I'm sending you. You should be able to. I need at least two more groups before we close. I've just sent meeting link for NS. NS, please click on the link I've just sent you. You should join. Thomas, you're saying you have error also. Thomas, I'm just sending you email now. You should click on the link I will send you soon. It's an invitation link. I don't know why you guys have failed to join. You should be able to join when you have the meeting link. Thomas, please. You have the invitation, please. Please. The two gentlemen, I've just sent them email, please. Come in and we finish with your group. I hope you should be able to join now. NS, please, no time to waste time. NS, are you ready?
Yes, I'm ready, sir.
Which group are you in? The SACCO?
SACCO 1, sir.
This is SACCO 1.
Yes, sir.
Okay, Ernest, please proceed. You have 15 minutes for the presentation.
Yeah, my name is Ernest Ohalizim, representing SACCO 1. Our first task says, you have received all the information needed in order to become managers, leaders in the MMM global community. Now you have an important task. Enter in a new country and develop MMM global there. This country will be Nigeria. As starting resources, we are provided with internet, 18, knowledge received in school, $50,000. We need to develop a plan within an hour. Now our solution, we picked Lagos, Nigeria as our starting location with a population of about 17 million people. Our target people are the general public. Now our plan of action. First, building a website, for example, nigeria-mmm.net. Setting up a Facebook page and promoting it. Localize our ideas to suit the cultures in Nigeria. Get someone to interpret where there is language barrier. Start a mentorship program and start hosting webinars. Continuous promotion of MMM and creation of videos to once again penetrate the online community and promote the YouTube channel. Now our budget cost: accommodation / feeding for 7 days, security, hall for the seminar and webinar for the seminars with projectors and rental fees, radio / TV advertisement, printing MMM pamphlets, t-shirt logos, banners, sound system, entertainment, refreshment, transportation, phone bills, professional video recording, miscellaneous. All these amounted to about $3,020. While going through our initial fee, we have about $46,280. Now we picked a venue, Golden Park, Lagos. The guest speakers are to all our managers. We fixed a date and the time for the seminar. Our focus number 300 participants per week and a total of 1,200 participants for the month to register and contribute at least $100 each, thus making it about $1,200. $120,000 contribution is expected. The tax 2, a week has passed. The average contribution of a participant to the structure is around $100.
Thank you, Elizabeth.
Hello? Now, the tax 2, a week has passed. The average contribution of a participant to the structure is around $100. MMM Global, you must provide at least 30% growth in terms of participants. Payment starting with the first contribution. Now, our task is to calculate how many new members and contributions to ensure in the next 3 weeks in order to be able to make the required payments to the older participants. It is necessary to write down our plan next 3 weeks. Now, the solution, average donation is $100. Number of participants, we have about $1,200. Amount donated by participants, $100 times 1,200, which is equals to $120,000. 30% of these $120,000 is $40,000. Registration bonus plus 1,200 participants, we give about $24,000. Altogether, $120,000 plus $40,000 plus $24,000 will give a total of $184,000. Money required for the next 3 weeks is the difference between $184,000 and $100, which is $64,000, to participants, 1,200 participants, the sum of $120. So they have $64,000 divided by $100, we give us 640,000 new participants who must fulfill PH. Hence, we need at least 640 new participants to effect the 30% growth in the next 3 weeks. Our plan of action is to organize more seminars to ensure registration of new participants, create more awareness on social media, intensify our efforts in the digital market, encourage intending participants with proven testimonies of GetHelp, increase our local publicity. Now, the cost estimated for the planned action is to organize a seminar, which is about $2,000. With our budget balance is about $46,180. Minus while minusing the $2,000 for the seminar, we have about $44,180. The team expenses of $1,000, we have now about $43,180. Now the tax 3, a month has passed. You are 100 manager, the same plan for another month on the basics of the results of the previous calculation, taking into account the dynamics of the growth, the number of new participants and contribution for the next week. And solution, we have about 640 participants who PH'd $64,000. To fulfill our promise in the last 30 days, they're expecting at least $19,200, which is 30% interest on the $64,000, plus the registration bonus of $20, which will amount to about $12,800. Therefore, all we need is about $96,000. The second one, how many participants? We need about 96 now than 60 participants to fulfill this. I will need about $96,000. How to get them? All the managers recruit new members each. Old members who also provide help at least $100. Cost estimate for this: sharing of flyers and creating awareness. Budget balance, we have about $43,180. Less team expenses, we have about $41,180. Now, tax 4. After 2 months, participants and deposits that you have calculated, now calculate what you need to organize within the next month, a week after the start of the month. There is the holiday in Nigeria, which is celebrated during a week, respectively. In this period, the activity of registration falls by 75%. Your plan didn't work out. You do not have enough new registrations and to cover the cost of the. It is necessary to analyze the plan of action in this situation. What are the resources? How many participants? Needed to get this situation resolved due to lack of funds? Yeah, lack of funds. There are also delays in payment. This one seeing that neither make their own contribution nor attract new members. Now the solution, we need at least 960 participants. Shortfall of 75% is about 20 participants approximately. It means we only get about 240 new participants. Action. To curtail this, we need to introduce more bonuses on BH. campaign to focus more on ideology and promoting positive image look of MMM, ensuring that managers PH a certain amount of their bonuses into the system. Marvels. Plan didn't work out. You did not have enough new registrations and new deposits to cover the cost of the current deposits. This is the plan of action in this. What are the resources? Due to lack of funds, there are delays in payments. The seeing that another major contribution attacking members but are still needed to carry out system evaluation to ascertain the problems and challenges. Enroll and train more guiders. Extend the programs to other regions or states. Organize more seminars. Continue offline. 6. During the month.
Hello, gentlemen. Remember, I told you have 15 minutes.
Yes, sir.
Okay, please. Do summarize, please. Please summarize. Summarize your work.
Well, it's explained to all. The solution for tax 6 to all members what possible is to avoid panic. To explain the reason very important to the smooth running of the system. Carry out more seminars and publicity to be active in the social and cancellation of bonuses on participants and are removed. We hope on the beginning serious negative impact of the members and unfavorable response. 1 or 2 negative articles in the mass media take a fresh start in such condition. A plan of action under specific condition for a month is explaining what restart mode is, especially those affected their money is in the system. Remind the public of the good deeds to people whose life and the society before the restart. We should also prepare to answer all members' query, be it positive on the question of awareness with the general public, and encourage them to continue to use the same to tell people what MM Global is. To develop more skills.
Please, thank you for presenting. Your time is up. May I take the next person, please? Thomas, can you hear me?
Hello, sir. I can hear you.
Thomas, which circle are you in?
Circle 9.
In Circle 9. You may proceed, sir.
I'm the assistant leader. The leader is supposed to do the presentation. Me, I'm not so impressed with how they.
I sent link for every leader. So if they don't join, I don't have control over them. I've sent meeting link to them.
He had issue with his battery. Battery went off, so that's why he's not able to connect. But however, I'll continue.
You may proceed, sir.
I'm Bill Satamos, Circle 9.
Okay, please.
Okay. Task 1. You have received all the information needed in order to become manager stroke leader in the MMM Global community. Now you have an important task. Enter a new country and develop MMM Global there. Now we have this at hand. We have internet, we have a team, we have knowledge received from the MMM school, and we have a... Hello?
Keep talking, I hear you.
Okay. And we have $50 given as a amount. Now we talked about our country of point of reference as Nigeria. Current population of Nigeria is about 1.9191 million, and it's with 36 states. The Nigerian currency is naira. No, we coming into Nigeria, we looked at our target. Okay, what's our target? In the first week, we are targeting to get 200 participants sign up into the great community of MMM at the first week. We're going to achieve this. We had a SWOT analysis schedule for Nigeria. Now we look at the strength. What are the strengths we have coming into Nigeria? There's a huge economic gaps between the rich and the poor. Of economic growth in Nigeria and other development cities in Nigeria, the MMM ideology has big chances of thriving in the country. These are our strengths. Now, what are the opportunities we have on ground? With the unfair and unjust financial nature, MMM will be a welcome relief to reduce poverty rate in the country. The movement of MMM can foster more love, peace, and honesty among people, and grant financial freedom, even bring more ICT awareness. But we have some weaknesses. And the weakness is it does not have a central account to show where money is saved. And our threat is since it's a maiden project getting each new entrance into the most populous and developed country in the country in Africa, there may be resistance here and there, but by the time they start seeing the reward, bonuses, and overall positive changes in the standard of living, it will change all that is being perceived as threat. Now the team have mapped out some certain things we're going to do. First among them is we're going to have seminars. We're going to print out materials like flyers, handbills, stickers. We're going to produce handbills, banners, etc. With the purpose of doing promotional items like a t-shirt. We're going to have caps. We're going to have pens. We're going to have jotters. We need something like laptops, projector screens, and stationaries. We're going to have a video coverage. But to consider all this is we are trying to prioritize the things that are really, really, really needed to get this thing achieved without we spending the $50,000 we're giving in our first week. So consider we're going to have a seminar venue. That will cost us $1,200. Printing of handbills and stickers will cost us $200. Production of handbill and banners will cost us $200. Pen, jotter, etc. will cost us laptops, projectors, screens to cost us $2,000. Video coverage, $1,000. $100. Sorry. Refreshments for the event, because a community we are gathering mostly and the poor. So when we have gatherings like that, we're going to have a lighter refreshment, and we are targeting it for $200. And miscellaneous, we have $200 also. So in the first week, our expenses is targeted as $14,100, and these are our action plans. Then we're going to have offline promotion, seminar that was going to tell people about the missions of Mavrodi. And our expectation, as I said earlier on, is participants. And with all this in plan, each of the 200 participants should be contributing at least bringing in 20,000 Nigerian currency. into the system. That's our plan. We're going to have a Facebook page opened. We're going to have local blogs, or we'll have local bloggers around the country who are going to engage them, tell them about the idea of MMM, tell them about and how it came about, and make them buy into the idea, and then they will now use their blog page, which has already been existing, to promote the idea, the community. We're going to involve Twitter. We're going to, in short, the entire social media. That's what they're targeting in our first week. We're going to also have one-on-one promotion. Each member of the team will go out canvassing one-on-one, canvassing each people around one-on-one. That is in the first week. So with the 20,000 Nigerian currency, as at for 200 people we are expecting the first week, we hope that in the first week we should be able to raise at least 4 million Nigerian naira in the first week, having 200 registered members in the community in that first week. Now going to second task 2. You see, a week has passed. The average contribution of a member to the structure is around $100. You must provide at least 30% growth in terms of the participant payment, starting with the first contribution. Now, the system is asking us, okay, your task is to calculate how many new members and contribution you have to ensure in the next 3 weeks to make the required payments to the older members. Now, the system is expecting us to calculate how much we've gathered in the first week, so that in the next in 3 weeks from that time, we should be able to know how much has come in from the new members. And under the above condition, state, point out what resources you need and how you are going to use them, the number of new participants and money raised during the period, the extra costs we have, and how to attract them. This is our solution. Now, in the first week, you have 200. We have received a donation of 4 million naira, which is at an average of 20,000 Nigerian currency from an individual member. In order that the system will be balanced and have a smooth redistribution of funds, we have to grow the donation inflow and participation and participants registration to at least mathematically, according to what you have here. We are expecting that if we have 200 members who are registered and contributed $20,000, 20,000 naira, Nigerian naira, individually, to pay these people after 3 months, we will be expecting to raise 5.2 million naira. So if you're going to raise 5.2 million naira, which is to give them their principal and their bonuses of 30%, we'll be needing extra new members, extra 800 new members with the same. Sorry. We'll need extra who will contribute the same amount to meet the extra extra balance to pay the new members. So which the extra balance is 1.2 million, and to get to 1.2 million, we need 800 members paying an average of 20,000 Nigerian naira. And what are the resources we need to achieve this? We're going to continue with our offline promotion. We're going to continue imbibe also an online promotion, which entails mass media, which is the Facebook, the Twitter, the blog, and all that. We're going to start teaching our new members. Now we generated 200 new members in the first week. Hopefully in the second week we're going to generate another 200 new members. We have a constant variable of 200 members per week. That's our constant variable. So those 200 new members who have converted into the community, we expect to teach them the ideology of MMM. We expect to teach them how to win members. Because if we have a team of 10, for instance, that came to the country, now with the new people coming into the system, we have 210 members. We're going to teach these 200 members. Now we're not going to take the work ourselves alone. Now we're going to spread our tentacles in bringing in our new members so that they also will participate in spreading the news of MMM. I'm going to teach them about teach our new members the MMM ideology, teach them more and more how to benefit more in the community. And we're going to also teach them how to win members, because it's not just them being a member, it's them having a better and a sound idea of how to win members. Now, what's the cost implication for task 2? We're going to continue with our seminar. So our seminar venue, we're calculating $1,200. We're going to print more leaflets at the cost of $200. Production of hand builders is t-shirts, caps, pen, jotter, etc. at the cost of $10,000. If you recall, after the first task, our expenses from our initial $50,000 was $14,100, which that means we had a balance of $35,900. So from our second week now, second task, sorry, we are planning to spend. Sorry, excuse me. Sorry.
Gentlemen,
yeah, I'm with you. Sorry.
Please remember you have 15 minutes to present all the tasks. So you need to time yourself also when you are talking on each particular task.
So as I said earlier, we'll have venue for 1,200, hand build sticker and all that for $200, production, which is t-shirt, cap and all that for $10,000. So our expenses for second task were calculated, pegging it as $11,400. So from our balance from the balance for the first week, we have $35,900. Subtracting this $11,400, we have a balance of $24,500,000. Action plan. Our action plan includes diversifying we're going to diversify our offline and online promotions. We're going to create awareness, because, like, for instance, taking a case study of Lagos, we have local buses, local trains. We're going to create awareness in our local buses. We're going to invite drivers. We're going to sensitize drivers. We're going to put stickers inside most of the vehicles in Lagos, Abuja, and in our major cities. We're going to sensitize inside our trains. We're going to paste MMM handbills, share them inside the trains and local buses, so that people will begin to have a very vast and constant information concerning. So that is that for tax 2. Going to tax 3, say a month has passed. The same plan for another month on the basis of the results of previous calculation, taking into account the dynamics of growth. Hello? Lost connection.
Good evening once again. I think Thomas has lost connection and he has been disconnected. For now, I think these are the only group which they prepare to present to us their business game tonight. I can see 265. I think we can stop here. Those other people who have not presented, I don't know why they have not turned up. They will tell us why, then we'll see what we can do for them. We have not received any information from group 8, sorry, group 6. Group 6, I have no detail about you guys. I don't know what happened. Group 8, I have not presented. And group 9, they were going on, then they got disconnected. I count them, they have not presented. So I don't know how we would plan for them. Then group 10. The group 10 gentleman was ready. I don't know what happened. I even invited him to go on with the presentation, but I think maybe connections or what. I don't have a better reasons. So guys, I think we can stop here for tonight. And thank you for attending the business game. Thank you for coming in. It has been nice having you on the business game meeting. The course is almost over. Please persevere and finish your course. It has been a long journey, and finally, it's getting closer and closer every day. The more we persevere, the closer it becomes. So I take this time to wish everyone a good night. Thank you for attending. Bye-bye, good night. Meet you again tomorrow if there is an assignment. I will continue with marking from tomorrow. I think I would have a lot of time to mark every task, so no one should complain this and this has not been marked. Every one task will be marked, rest assured. You don't need to be sending me email or a message on the chat box to mark your work. Everyone will be marked. Thank you guys. It has been nice having you on the chat box and on the live streams and hangouts. Thank you. Bye-bye.